scurvy pirates.
Anchors away!
Disney Junior invites you to Pirate Island for lively Neverland tales.
Set a course for Neverland.
Yo-ho, let's go! Jake and the Neverland Pirates, weekday afternoons at 5:30, 4:30 Central on Disney Junior.
Now get ready for Stanley on Disney Junior.
Stanley.
Do you know a guy who talked to a kangaroo?
Hi there.
Who's always ready to learn about something new?
Wow.
Whose favorite book has all the animals you could wish? Who's proud to say his best friend is a fish? That's right, it's my man Stanley. Oh yeah, it's my man Stanley. Welcome to Stanley's World. Come help him figure out what life is all about. Who takes you swimming with dolphins? Oh yeah. Laughs with a lion too. No problem Stan can solve. It's solving it involves having a friend like you. Having a friend like you.
It's Stanley.
It's Stanley. With a friend like you.
It's Stanley.
It's Stanley.
It's Stanley.
Platypus Problems.
I'm gonna build the world's biggest sports complex.
Attention, students, attention. Listen, everyone, I have a very special surprise for you. Tomorrow is Animal Awareness Day here at school.
Wow, cool.
And I want each one of you to choose an animal costume from this box. All you have to do is wear the costume to school tomorrow and tell us something about the animal you're dressed as.
Oh, yay! This will be fun! Yeah! Boy! That's the best homework ever.
Okay, now, when I call your name, please come up and take a costume. Lester, you're first.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay.
Marci, you're next.
Yes, Miss Diaz. Maybe I'll get to be a tiger. Or maybe a dolphin. Or maybe I'll be a long, slinky snake.
Stanley? Stanley?
Yes, Miss Diaz?
It's your turn, Stanley. You're the last one. Come up and get your costume.
Oh, boy, my turn. Huh? There's gotta be a mistake. These are...
Okay, everyone, time to go home. The bus is waiting. Let's get our belongings together.
Yeah, hurry up, everybody. Hey, baby, be careful. Don't drag your tail. Come on, Stanley, let's go. I can't wait to try on my lioness costume. Me too. I'm going to be a beautiful little fox. I'm going to be a gorilla. What are you going to be, Stanley? I guess I'm going to be a beaver-tailed duck thingy. Wow! I've never heard of that. What do they look like? Well, I guess they look a little like this. that's really, different. Too bad you're not a gorilla like me. Then we could both be gorillas and I wouldn't have to be the, you know, the only one. Hey, where'd everybody go? Oh, thanks, Stanley. You're a pal. Hey, wait up! Oh, are you gonna wear your costume?
Well, I may be a pal, but I'm sure not a tiger, dolphin, or snake. Dennis, I'm home.
Oh, good, just in time. What's a three-letter word for frozen water?
Frozen water? Ice? I-C-E.
I-C-E. Perfect, Stanley, thank you.
Oh, Dennis, what am I gonna do?
How about doing the rest of this crossword puzzle with me? They're quite fun, you know.
No, I mean about this.
I have to wear this costume to school tomorrow and tell the class all about the kind of animal I am.
Well, that's right up your alley, isn't it, Stanley?
But I can't go to school wearing this. See?
I don't see why not. You look like a perfectly nice, perfectly good, perfectly... What exactly did you say you were?
That's the problem, Dennis. I don't know what I am. Marci's a lioness, Mimi's a fox, and Lester's a gorilla. But what am I? I have a duck bill. Am I a duck? I also have webbed paws, like an otter does. Am I an otter? And finally, I also have a big flat beaver tail. So am I a beaver?
Is Stanley a duck? An otter? A beaver? Or do you think he's an entirely different animal?
I must be a completely different animal. Hey, maybe it'll snow tomorrow and school will be closed. Then I won't have to wear the costume at all.
Snow is rather unlikely, Stanley. It's not even winter yet.
Then what can I say about my costume? There's no animal as mixed up as this.
Or maybe it just seems mixed up because we haven't seen it before and don't know what it is.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we look in the...
Right, dudes, we just had the strangest feeling that somebody was about to mention the great big book of everything.
Yes, it's the oddest sensation. We just have this overwhelming desire to...
Sing!
Oh, all right, if you must. Stanley, get the book.
One great big book of everything coming right up.
It's the great big book of everything with everything inside. See the world around us. This book's the perfect guide.
How about finding a guide to voice lessons?
Stanley's gonna look to see what his costume's supposed to be.
Well, I hope you're satisfied. Now, see here, you two. We need to help Stanley.
Oh, right.
So how should I look this animal up?
Instead of looking up an animal, maybe you need to think about one feature at a time.
Right, Dennis. Should we look up feet, tails, or bills?
Let's start with bills.
Okay, Bills. That starts with B, right?
Right.
Ducks have bills and webbed feet, but they don't have big flat tails.
Remember, we're looking for an animal with a bill, webbed feet, and a big flat tail.
Look, here's one with all the things we're looking for. It's called a platypus.
What kind of puss?
A platypus, one of the most unusual animals in the whole world.
Wow, it's amazing. Can we go meet it?
Why not?
Yahoo! Where are we?
In Australia. Platypus live here in leaf-lined nests at the end of tunnels they dig in riverbanks. They're perfectly designed to live both on land and under the water.
Wow, look how it uses its webbed feet for swimming.
But why does it keep its eyes closed?
Instead of sight and sound, the platypus uses its sensitive bill to find its way around underwater. The bill has a special rubbery skin that can detect movement even on the riverbed.
Oh, so that's how it finds its food.
And most amazing of all, the mommy platypus lays eggs like a turtle, but feeds her babies with her own milk, like a cow.
Boy, I can hardly wait for school tomorrow. I'm gonna have the best costume ever.
You look just terrific, Stanley. You're going to be the hit of your Animal Awareness Day.
Thanks, Mom.
I had no idea the platypus was so
Cool?
Exactly. I had no idea it was so cool. And I'm really proud that you figured out what it was all by yourself.
I can never have done it without Dennis's help.
Of course Dennis helped. Mwah. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day for my little platypus.
Sure, Mom.
Can I just make one little suggestion?
What is it?
You might want to take off your bill before you go to sleep.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Good night, my baby platypus.
And that's why the platypus is one of the most amazing animals in the whole world.
Thank you, Stanley. That was fascinating. You sure are one well-informed platypus.
Thank you, Miss Diaz.
Yeah, Stanley. I love that part about how you use your webbed feet for swimming and digging burrows.
It's no wonder that 200 years ago, scientists didn't even believe you were real.
I was afraid my animal was going to be too weird.
I know what you mean, Stanley. I was afraid of being the only kid in a monkey suit.
I guess being different can be scary sometimes.
They were all different, Stanley. Each animal is unique.
Being different can be fun, like a platypus.
Or a gorilla.
Or a chicken.
Or a fox. Or a lioness.
Or a goldfish.
Or a bunny rabbit.
Or a lobster.
Or a tiger. Or a tufted chipmunk.
Rabbit habit.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's great.
And for my next trick, I will perform the famous triple fish flip. Now watch carefully and notice that at no time will my flippers leave my body.
Look at Triple. He's going to do the triple.
And the crowd goes wild.
Who wants to play fetch? Come on, somebody! Throw the ball! Throw the ball!
I'll throw it. Go long, Harry. Hey, watch me land on my feet. Ta-da! Good try, Elsie. I did that on purpose, you know. I meant for that to happen.
Hey, Dennis, show Marci and Mimi your underwater ballet.
I'd love to see it, Stanley, but Marci and I have to go home for lunch. Maybe Mom will let us come back after lunch.
I have an idea. Why don't you ask your mom and dad if you can get your own pets? Then you'd be able to play with them anytime you want.
Yeah, we have them all the time. Yes, and we love them and take care of them. Come on, Mimi. Let's go ask Mom and Dad right now.
Good luck.
Well, looks like we might be getting some new neighbours.
Stanley, they said yes. They said we can have a pet.
That's terrific. So what kind are you going to get?
Our Mom and Dad said it has to be something that doesn't need too much attention. They both work during the day, and they won't be able to look after it while we're at school. And it has to be something we can keep in the house or the backyard.
So what kind of pet do you have in mind?
What kind?
Yeah, what kind of pet do you want?
Well, we want them all. Yeah, but our folks said we really had to settle on just one. There are just so many great animals. We don't know where to begin. Hey, you know a lot about animals, Stanley. You could help us choose. Yes, Stanley, would you?
Sure, I will. So, do you want a big pet or a little one?
Which of these animals do you think is the smallest? A hippo, a zebra, or a mouse? Did you say mouse? That's right. The mouse is the smallest.
Well, my favorite animal is kind of big, so why don't we get a pet elephant? Mimi, your elephant is eating the bark off the trees again. Oh, so now it's my elephant. Whenever there's a problem, it's my elephant. But when it's time to play fetch, then it's your elephant. Stanley, why is her elephant doing that?
Well, Marci, sometimes elephants bathe by throwing dirt on themselves.
Why doesn't it just take a bubble bath like I do?
Probably because your bathtub isn't big enough to hold it.
My favorite animal is much smaller than an elephant, and it's very friendly.
Well, that's good. What is it?
A llama.
Hello, Miss Diaz.
Marci, the llama got out of its cage again. Would you please take it home? I took it home last time. It's your turn to take it home.
Well, somebody better take it home, and quick. It's eating all our crayons.
Okay, so it sounds like the llama may not be such a good idea after all. I guess there are more things to consider about getting a pet than I realized.
Yeah, getting a new pet is really exciting, but it takes a whole lot of planning.
That's right, Stanley. After all, we pets aren't toys. Why, we're members of your family.
And besides, I have the feeling that some kinds of animals don't make good house pets.
Then we'll get a baby pet. They're always so cute and small.
Well, they don't stay babies forever. Plus, they'd probably be pretty unhappy if they had to live in a cage or something.
It's true. We don't have a lot of room at our house. And our parents are at work while we're at school. So what pets would be good for us?
Maybe you better ask some more experts.
Experts?
Yes, like Harry and Elsie.
You know, girls, one reason we cats make such good pets is because we're so easy to care for. Also, we're very friendly and we like children. But don't choose your pet without really thinking about it, girls. Of course, baby animals are just so irresistible sometimes, especially if it's a beautiful little kitten like I was.
Whoa!
Yeah, it's easy to forget that you and your pet will be together for a long time, and it will need a lot of stuff.
Speaking of needs, Stanley, isn't it just about time for my dinner?
We dogs are terrific pets. We like living with people, and you can even teach us to do tricks.
Tricks? What kind of tricks?
All sorts of things. We can shake hands and roll over. And we're real good at fetching balls.
You know, not all animals like to be touched.
That's true, girls. You better pick out one that's friendly and gentle and, you know, mellow and laid back and playful and loyal and...
You mean like you are, Harry?
Well, like my friend Chester the pony used to say, if the horseshoe fits, wear it.
So what do you think now?
Well, I like something a little furry. No offense, Dennis.
None taken.
And something smaller than a dog. Sorry, Harry.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Why don't we look in the great big book of everything? Maybe we can narrow down your choices some more.
Good thinking, Stanley. The big book has pictures of all kinds of animals.
Now you're talking, Stanley.
Hit it!
It's the great big book of everything with everything inside. See the world around us. This book's the perfect guide.
Must you sing that every time?
You need to find the perfect pet. Read the book, it's your best bet.
Now, if I may suggest, perhaps we could begin by looking up something furry but smaller than a dog, like a hamster.
Sounds good. Let's look.
Let's see. Hamster begins with the letter H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Got it.
Oh, look. There are gerbils and guinea pigs, too.
Right, Mimi. They're all from the rodent family.
I thought rodents were just mice.
Rodent is the name for animals that have long, sharp front teeth.
Hey, are those rabbits rodents, too?
Good question, Mimi. They may look similar to the guinea pigs and hamsters, but rabbits are really a separate kind of animal.
Rabbits are cool. What does the book say about them?
Stanley, would you mind?
Not at all. Follow me, girls.
Yahoo! Yippee! Look! Careful, you'll scare them away.
Rabbits are very shy, and they don't have many ways to protect themselves. Rabbits aren't fast enough to outrun most of their enemies, so they have long ears that can hear faint sounds. That way they can tell when danger is approaching and run away while there's still time.
What's it doing?
Well, sometimes when a rabbit hears danger, it'll thump its hind feet on the ground to warn other rabbits.
Don't be afraid, little bunnies.
Where do they live?
And what do they eat?
Well, Marci, they live with other rabbits in underground burrows called warrens. And rabbits are vegetarians, meaning they eat vegetables, like carrots.
I like carrots, too.
When people keep rabbits as outdoor pets, they sometimes build houses for them called hutches. This is a little hutch. And this is a really big hutch.
So what do you think now?
They're so adorable. I think those bunnies will be perfect pets for us. Yeah, and they're just the right size, and they like to live with other rabbits so we can get more than just one. Right. We can keep them in a hutch in our backyard and feed them vegetables all by ourselves. Thanks, Stanley. Thanks, Stanley. Bunny rabbits will be great pets for us. Come on, Mimi. Let's go tell Mom and Dad we want bunny rabbits. Bye, Stanley.
Now, where were we? Oh, yes, I remember. I was going to show you my underwater ballet. I'm glad we were able to help Mimi and Marci with their pet problem.
Me too. And we certainly found out a lot about rabbits today.
That's right, Stanley. We found out that rabbits live in burrows called warrens.
And that they use their long ears to keep them safe from predators.
And that they warn each other of danger by thumping their hind feet.
And we found out that they make good pets for the twins.
Boy, I can hardly wait to meet Marci and Mimi's new pet bunnies.
Yes, it'll be nice to have some new friends to visit with.
It sure is great having animal friends to love and take care of.
Thank you, Stanley. I'm sure Harry and Elsie would agree that we feel the same way about you.
That's right, Stanley. You're my boy.
The best pet a goldfish could ever have.
Let's take a bath, a lovely bubbly bath. Let's take a bath, a bubbly bubbly bath. Just get in, the water's fine. We'll splash and wash and have a good time. So let's take a bath, a lovely bubbly bath. Let's take a bath, a bubbly bubbly bath. Getting clean is so much fun, so let's take a bath. Come on, everyone, let's take a bath. It's time to take a bath. Stay tuned for Guess How Much I Love You, coming up on Disney Junior. The magical world of Disney Junior presents
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest rarest one of all.
Handy Manny and the 7 Tools.
This is the Sheetrock Playhouse.
I always wanted to be in a play.
Manny and the Tools take on their biggest role.
I'm happy.
Bashful.
Dopey. Jock. Sleepy. Sneezy.
Grumpy.
And Manny, Prince Charming.
With singing.
We'll fix the Sheetrock Playhouse until it's good as new.
Dancing.
Ham it up. These people stood in line to see a big show.
And one Tool's big moment.
I think Dusty's lost her voice.
To save the show.
Do you really think you can handle the part of Sneezy?
I could give it my best. I think he's got this.
Handy Manny and the 7 Tools.
Is it time for my big scene yet?
Not yet, Mr. Lobart.
Premieres Friday night at 6, 5 Central on the magical world of Disney Junior.
Deep in the 100-acre wood, Christopher Robin and his friends have had many wonderful adventures, and if I'm correct, I believe we have just enough time to see one. Christopher Robin was a very helpful and cheerful boy, and always greeted his friends with a good morning.
Good morning, Christopher Robin.
Oh, good morning, Winnie the Pooh.
Good morning, Pooh Bear.
Good morning, Pooh Bear.
If it is a good morning, which I doubt.
However, on this day, Eeyore was having a rather bad good morning. He'd lost his tail.
Eeyore, this won't hurt.
Never does.
Ooh! There now. Did I get your tail back on properly, Eeyore?
No matter. Most likely lose it again anyway.
It is my considered opinion that Eeyore's tail should be placed a trifle to the right.
Now, if you were to ask me, I think it's just a wee bit...
South!
No, north, dear.
Cheer up, Eeyore. Don't be so gloomy. Try swishing it.
It worked!
Goody! Hooray!
Thanks. It's not much of a tail, but I'm sort of attached to it.
What are you looking for, Pooh Bear?
I just said to myself coming along thinking, I'm wondering if you had such a thing, Christopher, as a balloon about you.
What do you want a balloon for?
Psst. Honey.
But you don't get honey with a balloon.
I do.
How?
I shall fly like a bee. Up to the honey tree. See?
Good thinking.
Well, if you ask me, it'll never work.
Eeyore's right. You can't fool the bees that way.
You'll see. Now, would you be so kind as to tow me to a muddy place of which I know of?
And so Winnie the Pooh floated off in search of some honey, and did he find it? Well, that is an entirely different story for an entirely different time.
You're watching Disney Junior, a special place for kids just like you. Disney Junior, where the magic begins. It's time for Disney Junior Fun Facts. Brought to you by Disney's Jake and the Neverland Pirates. Peter Pan Returns, a full-length adventure new on Disney DVD with 8 additional Jake adventures and a DVD premiere episode. Peter Pan is back.
Did you miss me?
We sure did. Bet.
And he needs Jake and crew to help him find his shadow.
All the way.
Let's do it!
Did you know that shadows can be used to tell time?
How curious indeed.
Long ago, before clocks were invented, people used sundials to tell time. As the sun moved across the sky during the day, the shadow on the sundial would show what time it was.
You're right.
Hopefully, Jake and his crew can help Peter find his shadow before they run out of time.
I think I've got an idea how we can get my shadow back and have some fun with old Captain Hook.
Disney's Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Peter Pan Returns. Now available on Disney DVD with digital copy for fun on the go. See you next time. Disney Junior invites you to Paris, where you'll meet
Gaspar and Lisa.
Hello, bonjour.
They're best friends.
You want to see what I drew? We were both thinking the same thing.
Who do everything together.
Ta-da!
When something goes wrong, they call it a...